I wasn't a part of my son's life growing up. I had fresh out of high school, didn't know what I was going to do. Um, I found out that I was going to be a father. It scared me, and I was really afraid of the responsibility of taking on a son or a child. My primary purpose for wanting to write the book was to help the mothers because I had sisters that had children out of wedlock.
It was not until I became a grown man that I began to feel something was missing. There was a void. So I picked up the phone and reached out to my father and asked him if I could come out to visit him so I could find out more about myself.
What I would like for people to get out of this book is some of the messages that we have in the book. One of the messages is that we want them to gain some insight into the complexities of what it's like having a child out of wedlock, missing out on the opportunities to nurture, raise the child. I wanted people to get a different perspective on what boys go through when they're raised without their fathers.
The writing of the book allowed us to deal with some of the issues that I dealt with as a child growing up without him, and it kind of gave me a sounding board where I could speak to him and let him know how I felt and to get a sense of why he chose not to be with me.
Because I'm a writer, it wasn't hard to write the book. The challenge that I had was with the last chapter, the chapter on reconciliation. Must have rewrote that chapter 3 or 4 times. And the reason that it created problems for me is that my son and I had just had come to an impasse in our trying to write this book together. And it caused us to have a break in communication, and some time elapsed. And I don't think either one of us was sure that how that was going to play out. And so it was very challenging to write that at that time.
It also taught me that I did not want to have children and not be a part of their lives, not take care of them. It also taught me that my mom, who struggled trying to take care of us, I would not want to do that to a woman. So it helped with the values of wanting to be married, have children, and take care of my children.
People looked at me in a different way when I got involved and started working with my son, and when we started writing this book. And I think that it's helped me to know more about myself. I'm looking at my son, and as I look at my son, it's a reflection of me. And I came to find out that he and I shared so many things in common that I just didn't have a clue. And I think there are a lot of fathers out there that have the same situation.
Sometimes memories don't serve us well, and sometimes we try to forget some of the things that actually happened. So it really gave me an opportunity to remind him of some of the things that he didn't do.
I also wanted to give hope to fathers, to let them know that there was a possibility that they could reconnect with their sons.
The greatest lessons that I've learned throughout this process is the value of a father. I guess the advice that I would give a father and a son that find themselves in this situation would be to put all their time and energy in trying to reconnect. I think once you get past the initialness, our egos oftentimes prevent us from reaching out to a father or son. And I just want fathers and sons to know that it's well worth it to open the dialogue so you can begin to heal, strengthen, and mend the relationship.